going on, everyone? It is me, Eric Z. I am here. I am live, living color right here for you on YouTube. This one's my special one. As everybody knows, I like to do veteran-owned business interviews at the Warrior Healing Center in Cochise County, seeing all the veteran business owners inside the box. However, now we're starting to go outside the box, started up some Zoom one-on-one veteran-owned businesses, and I've got a special one for you tonight. First one out of the chute. This young lady, I was with her back in Germany around 2024 in the wonderful city of Mannheim. We were stationed there for a couple years. We've gone off in different areas, but eventually we met back up at Huachuca. And now she is the first one that is be coming through the chute for the first Zoom interview. She's doing graphic design. She's doing home decor. She's doing the whole nine. Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to enjoy this interview. By the way, how about that intro? Everything is working. Everything is a working title, working on like. If you have any questions, any changes, any suggestions to the opening, to the title, anything of that nature, feel free to comment, feel free to like, feel free to subscribe. Really feel free to subscribe so we can push all these veteran-owned businesses out there. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce to you a lady I have known since 2004. Long time, good time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cut to Geneva Young. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It is me, Eric Z. We've now cut to the interview portion of the show, which is the basic meat and potatoes. And this is the first Zoom one-on-one interactive interview. So thank you, Geneva, for taking a huge step out the box, and taking a huge chance on life, and going ahead and being the first individual to take part in this, because I'm grateful, I'm thankful, but most of all, I want to talk about you. So introduce yourself.
Hey Z, thank you for having me. I'm Geneva Young. We've known each other for a little bit, so I'm excited to catch up with you and see what's been going on with you.
And I want to catch up with you too. You like been here and there. Sometimes you've been over here, over in Arizona. But most of our time has been the wonderful world of Bonfire.
Right. Yeah, so we
So
met what
go ahead, go ahead.
what I want to say maybe 2006, 2007, something around there. Been a long time now. Doesn't
Around
seem
that
like
time
that
frame.
long.
I know you came there to where we were, 44th. So and you
Yeah.
came around the midpoint when I was there from '02 to '06. When did you first get in?
I joined straight out of high school in 2003. And then that when I met you, that was my second duty station right after I left Korea. So that was pretty cool.
That's right. You did go from Oconus to an Oconus. I'm
Right.
very familiar with that.
From Oconus straight into when I met you, that was my first deployment I went on. So soon after I got there, we were ramping up to deploy. So
Yeah.
straight from Korea to Germany, straight over into good old desert.
Good old sandbox. A lot of
Yeah,
good memories for those who ever made it.
I'm sure I still got some of that sand in one of these foot lockers I
We
got
all
packed
do.
where it never goes away.
No matter how much you clean it, there's always a couple specks somewhere.
Yeah.
So you did that. So how long was your career in the military?
I medically retired at 17 years recently. Well, it hasn't been that recently, but I retired, finally got out at the end of 2019 is when I hung up my boots. And I
Okay.
stayed here. My last duty station was here in Augusta, and I just stayed here. As you know, my career was a signal soldier, which led me to the cybersecurity world, which is what I do now. I'm a cybersecurity professional. And I stuck around in Augusta because this is what they call the mecca of technology, and the signal center is here.
So are you on the contractor side or did you cross over like I did?
No, I stayed contracting. When I retired, I gave myself a little break. I planned on a longer break, but I started to go crazy sitting in the house doing nothing after having a career that most of my career was overseas, was
Hmm.
Oconee. So finally being able to just sit in the house and do nothing was just, it just didn't feel good to me. So went back to work after just a month or two of being a civilian, and I've been contracting ever since. Pretty cool.
You know, with a lot of people that I've talked about, and to include myself, we're all pretty much the same way. For all the times we've been in the military going, I just want to rest. I just want to relax. I want to take some long time off. I want time to think about what I want to do. And then as soon as you get out, you get that 2 weeks to a month, and you're like, you know what? I can't stand this. I
I
can't get out. I got to do something.
Yeah, it was cool to rest for a little bit, but the whole time I planned on resting for a year. That I didn't even get close to that. I said I was going to rest and not work for a year or two and finish up my master's. That didn't work. I went straight back to work. While I finished up my master's, which I don't know why I chose to put that type of hardship on myself, but I did it. I did it. I finished up my master's in, I think, 2020, 21, something like that.
Who'd you
And I'm
graduate
still
with?
AMU,
Okay.
AMU. Um, and I've still been doing cybersecurity here in Augusta.
Very nice. I know there's a connection at times because you got Augusta, Signal, and then you got here at Huachuca, you got Netcom, and of course the best oxymoron that I've known forever, military intelligence. I'm just kidding, kind of. But like I talked about earlier, your job sometimes took you out here.
Yeah. So my first job as a contractor out of the boots, I was still working directly for the last unit that I was assigned to, actually, for the same team, actually. And we were traveling around the world. So, yeah, it did take me out there as well as all over the place, inspecting the building and making sure everything is secure, doing my cybersecurity nerd stuff.
Always a good thing. Always a good thing. And hey, it was good to see you when you did come out here. You know, just
Yeah,
that
that was cool.
several years away from one another, but touching here and there on social media and stuff. You come back, pick right up where we left off.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of relationships that are built in the military.
Hmm.
We really, it sounds so cheesy, but we really do become like family because we have that type of trauma bonding, I'll call it, from all the stuff that we have to go through, that you really, regular civilians don't know this unless you've had on the boots yourself. You don't know everything that entails being a soldier or service member, period, through any branch. So we do develop that connection with people that you may not see for years at a time, and then it's right back to where we left off.
Exactly. Even though we're like away from our real family,
Yeah,
in the military, no matter where we went, we still got that everlasting connection and we bond like a family. Go out
exactly.
together, we work together. Sometimes we bicker, but overall, it's like a family, and that bond is there, especially in home base or deployment or anything of that nature. And that's a good thing. I personally think.
I think in deployment more so because it's, whether you admit it or not, you're scared while you're deployed. You don't know what's going to happen, if you're even going to be able to come home. So having that brother or sister next to you that, you know, you might not have even met if it weren't for the boots you're wearing, you
Mhm.
become an important person to each other.
So, are you originally from Georgia?
Nope, I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. Um,
Okay.
Can't you tell from my accent?
Sometimes I like to ask questions to lead things.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I don't know. Some
But
people tell me my accent is going away from all the
well, for
places
some, I
I've been.
mean, I'm just like a light traveler when I go over there.
Yeah.
So unfortunately I'm not now granted, Alabama and Georgia might be a little similar, nowhere near Kentucky or Tennessee.
No.
Dang
No.
sure nowhere near Indiana or Illinois. But
Right.
in Arizona, well, that's its own language. But so you found your way to Georgia, you're in there. So that's where the job took you.
Yep.
And you've been doing that ever since. So now what at what point during your 9 to 5 did you decide I want to take on something more in my life?
So during COVID, that afforded me a lot of downtime because the offices were closed a lot while we were trying to keep everybody safe. So that allowed me the opportunity to, like I said, finish up my schoolwork. But after I finished my master's, I again didn't have much to do. I needed something to keep my mind active, keep my hands occupied. So just decided, let me see what else I can do that's fun, but still in the digital tech world like I'm used to. So I got into dabbling with graphic design. Um,
And when you say dabble, I've seen some of the obviously I've seen some of the work you've done, and it's
yeah,
truly amazing. Like when I was
yeah,
doing my other thing, and you sent me the
yeah,
one with the lemons. Was that lemons? It was lemon. Yes, it was
yeah.
lemons.
It was
Very nice.
that commercial for you.
Yep.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I say dabble because I really don't want to. I don't think I've earned the right to call myself a graphic designer because I haven't gone through, the type of training that those artists go through. But I will say I did get into dabbling with it, and I found that not only did I enjoy it, I feel like I'm pretty good at it. I was getting some good feedback from people. So that kind of grew into not only digital artwork, but then I started designing things like t-shirts, like the one that I'm wearing right now, and then logos and ads and just you name it, anything digital that you would want to have made, I was into it. And I think social media really helped me to expand as quickly as I did in the beginning because people don't just use social media for communicating with friends anymore. Businesses are built on social media now.
Yeah.
So how are people gonna know about your product if you don't advertise? So advertising really became the majority of what I was doing, which is good. There are so many techniques out there that I've learned over the time that I've been doing this, and there are a lot of tools out there that are available now, especially with AI coming on as quickly as it is.
Oh, AI is coming on like a champ. But touching
Yeah,
back on what you said earlier, I mean, sure, you don't want to call yourself a graphic designer, but even the graphic designers will even say, or anybody of that nature, including myself, you learn a lot of things, and this also holds true in the military, through trial and error. You're just
yeah,
trying out something, you work there like going, okay, that didn't work. Let me change something around. Or now these days, like you said, look on social media, search something through Google, ask something through Copilot or Gemini or anything AI. It pops it out like that. And then now all of a sudden becomes a lot easier. You're starting to understand it more. And that's a lot better growth. And that's helped not only you, I'm sure it's helped me, it's helped a lot of people. So, I mean, trial and error, I mean, yeah, sure, it's great to go through there and get all that. But like you said, you get stuff off of social media. Like sometimes I'll run across this little ad blurb or whatever. It's like, hey, learn AI in 30 days. And that's a lot of stuff and a
yeah,
lot of things you could pick up on.
yeah. So another thing with social media, um, doing this graphic design work, that I've been working on, I've learned not only the different techniques with the designing itself, but I've also been able to educate myself about the power of visuals. You know, different colors can stimulate different feelings and different thoughts, and, different icons or imagery. It matters. It really does.
Hmm.
So that's been instrumental in helping me to make some of the designs that I've made that have been as successful as they have been for the small businesses that I've helped.
Oh yeah, it is. It's like, and then sometimes when I do the YouTube stuff, it's like you can put the video up there and like going, all right, that's it. No, 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 no. You gotta describe it a certain way, SEO or
Yeah.
GEO friendly, or you gotta add hashtags or tags, and
Yes.
you gotta put it at a certain time of the day where your audience is most active. And what works
Exactly.
on YouTube doesn't work on Facebook. And I'm sure this is thing like you said, learning with the colors and things that reach out to
Yes.
the audience who's watching. It says, "Well, I'm not sure," or you change it up a little bit, like going, "Ooh, wow, that looks nice."
Yeah, you definitely need something eye-catching. With today's, and being a techie myself, I blame it on technology, but our attention span as a society right now is very, very short. So to create, you need to have an ad or something that creates an eye. It's very quickly eye-catching, and not only catches your attention, but keep it for a minute to make who your potential customers click on your ad. So all
Hmm.
of that I never even thought of or even considered before I got into graphic works. But when you think about it, it does make sense. How do you feel when you walk into a room that's painted blue rather than red?
Yeah. And it's
Some
like,
of that imagery. Oh, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
I was going to say also some of that imagery out there. Think about the imagery that invokes emotion in people, maybe a cross or a Confederate flag. It can be off putting or inviting, but you have to know that. And you can't please everybody, but you have to think about what demographic or what type of audience you're trying to reach, as well as um, what you're trying to say about your small business. And that's what I help small business owners figure out when I work on a design with them.
That's cool. And exactly your point. Know your target audience. Who are you going for? And how
Right.
quick can you catch their attention? And a lot of these, especially with some of the like in Facebook and YouTube, for example, is like, all right, here's your views. Here's how long you kept their attention for 3 seconds, for 5 seconds. And so like
Hmm.
how does that go? How long do they watch that? And yeah, those first couple seconds are very important. You gotta get that hook, like you do with design for making ads and stuff like going, oh, that's interesting. Let me see more of this. And that's how you
Hmm.
bring it in. So yeah, I completely understand. And some of the work that I've seen you do is very amazing, and I like the shirt.
Thank
I really.
you. Yeah, this was I don't know why I decided to do this, but I just thought it was so cute. It says you can't make me cross the road, and I got a grumpy little muscular chick in there.
It's a little hint of
It's
military in that, can't
little
make me do nothing
attitude.
I want to do. Get out there. Okay.
Yeah. So this is the t-shirt is one example of how I've gotten or expanded out from the digital world into the physical.
Okay.
Not only can I make the digital ads that we talked about, I can make these physical shirts, flyers, cards, again, you name it, tell me about it and I can get it together.
Well, I'll definitely tell you one thing. That background you got going on right now is very beautiful. I like the
Oh,
whole
thank you.
Christmas. It's like to me, when I see it, you got the blue light over here. So
Yeah.
you got that skyline, like solar system type skyline, but then you got the traditional tree and type such. I mean, I don't know what you're
Yeah.
going. I'm guessing that's what you go for. I'm sure I'm wrong, but overall, that makes to me that
Uh-oh.
would make me want to stay longer. Like going, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, this over here is supposed to be snowflakes. I don't know how it's coming out, but
I
The
said solar
background
systems
behind
though.
me is another example of how I've expanded out from the digital world into the real world. I also design home decor. And this
Okay.
time of year, I've been decorating Christmas trees like mine you see behind me on my mantle. And it's just been so fun and rewarding to see the trees that I do and their reaction to it, especially kids when they see it. I just think it's so, I don't know, it's so pretty. It's so nice to make things pretty.
When you do something you like, you do something that you love, it's not work, it's a hobby. And when
Yeah.
you do something and others like, oh, that is great, that is a nice special feeling. Like, thank you. I mean, it really
Yeah.
is.
So it's
So
still,
go ahead.
oh, go ahead.
No, no.
I was going to say it's still very small. Mostly the work that I get is from word of mouth. Um, I do advertise, but I don't know, call me a perfectionist, but I still feel like I want, there's so much more I want to learn. So many, the possibilities are endless when it comes to visual effects, whether it's physical, like decorating a Christmas tree, or digital, making a commercial for someone. So I still feel like there's so much more I want to do before I, really advertise to the world. So my business is fairly, I'll say, small to medium size right now.
Medium. I like that
Medium.
word. So, and that's where I was going with it, going, all right, you've got these two going on right now, so you're slowly trying to build. Do you have any short term, long term? Obviously, um, if you explain with your home decor, do you like plan any events or do you have anything get-togethers or you just how do you set that up? What do you got coming up?
Oh, this is a good question, actually. I wish I could have had her on with me, but I do have some other small businesses that I have been working with. And we're talking right now. I don't want to say too much because we're still in the, you know, planning
Planning
phase.
stages? Yeah.
Right. So that we can put together an event for multiple small businesses to come together and kind of showcase what they can do in one event, just to get our names out there and to network.
Okay. Okay, so like a vendor type event or something to that degree, just where
Yes,
they're all
something
together.
like that. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure that's what you got with the home decor. Do you got anything coming up in the near future, like someplace we're going to be seeing possibly some of your digital ads very soon?
I hope so. Other than various YouTube channels, that's about as far as I'm reaching. Well, I'll say my work reaches as far as the channels that I support reach. So I think it's pretty good.
Well, I'm sure you know that if there's anything you want me to push out for you, like any creations or anything, I'm more
Yeah.
than happy to do because I'll help any veteran-owned business, especially ones that I know on a more personal level. So, by all
Yeah.
means, as well as she's going to be sending me her link soon. So when she sends me her contact info for whatever she sends out there, they will be in the comments above. Obviously, this is not live yet, so it's going to be coming. So I
Yeah.
just definitely wanted to get this interview out and always like talking to Geneva.
Thank you. I always like talking to you too.
She's fun, she's amazing,
Ah,
and she
don't,
can't sit still. You gotta
don't
like
make me
that.
flip my hair.
I didn't say that. I just said you can't sit still. Well,
I
that's on
can't.
you. You want to talk about hair? Say it in the background is really doing a number on this, okay? My wife says now, she's like going, I don't know why you're worried about your hair. Don't worry about your brown highlights. I'm like, you're not funny.
Brown highlights.
Yeah, I'm there now. So,
Funny. Yeah.
well, you
Much
got any
so
last things
different
to
from
talk
the
about?
internet.
Anything last things you want to touch on?
I don't think so. I think I hit on everything. The name of the business is Graphic Works Design Studios. Like you said, I'll send you a link where people can check out some of my work and we'll go from there.
Definitely check her out. She's truly amazing. If you're looking to get some ads for graphic designs, you'll be able to click on those links, ask her, find out what's up. Also, if you're in the local area or as soon as she expands, keep on the lookout. They're going to be having some stuff coming up soon. It's in the works, but I know that when it comes out, it's going to be truly amazing.
It is. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I truly appreciate it. And you're the first interviewer for interviewee for this type of thing. So I want to keep this going. I want to keep helping out people as much as I can. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and move this back. Thank you very much once again. And let's go back.
Bye.
What an amazing interview. It was great catching up with Geneva. Outstanding. Did you dig that background? That was truly amazing. If you want to go ahead and get with Geneva, ask her some questions. I'm including her links in the intro. Wherever you're looking at this video, check the description, wherever the case may be. Check her out. Ask some questions. I mean, graphic design for a business, get that little commercialism out there. Or if you're looking for something to change up in the home, she's the one you want to hit up. Augusta, Georgia, looking at you. But hey, thank you for everybody tuning in to the Gen X Grid Veteran-Owned Business Built Different podcast. It's me, Eric Z, and thank you again for being here for the first ever episode, Zoom One-on-One. I'm enjoying this. Again, working title, working intro. Any questions, feel free, let me know. We're getting this one out there, so who do I have next? I don't know. But hey, if you want to be that one, feel free to contact me and we can go from there. Take care of yourselves and I will see you soon. Bye.